Raphael, where were you born and raised?
I was born in Springfield, Oregon. Lived there till I was like 4, and my mom graduated and came out here to look for work.
When you were 4 to Seattle?
Yep.
It's just you and your mom? Any siblings? Or?
Yeah, just me and my mom.
And
Like, she had a daughter when I was like 18. I had twin daughters at about a year old at that point.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're 18 years older
Yeah.
than your.
Like, I'm out the house, and she went into estrus.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And yeah.
So describe your home life. What was your home life like?
I mean, it was all right until I was like, when I was like 6, she met a dude that I was 5 when she met him, and then like a year later he started beating her up and beating me up, and then she got a divorce when I was like 9, and then she started whipping my ass like a year and a half later. So I started leaving home like at 12.
Yeah.
And I'd circle back, when I got hungry at first, and then slowly but surely I just stayed gone longer.
Yeah. So when you were 12, you felt like it's better to be on the streets?
It's way better. I didn't want to get my ass whipped, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I'd get fat lips and everything else. She was messing me up, And like, I don't know. And she wouldn't admit it forever, but she finally admitted it, like 20 years ago now. And I'm 46, so.
So with that first time you left, you're 12 years old, around there?
Yeah.
Where do you go? What did you do?
I probably just went to my friend's house or something, and then just got to be like, that company had to leave or whatever. And like a few of my friends' moms and dads would like put me up for the night because they knew what I was going through, but they didn't want to get in trouble, So like they'd be like, "We can't keep you, you gotta go somewhere."
Yeah.
I was like 13. I went and got an ARP, which is with CPS or whatever, it's an alternative residential placement.
Okay.
And then I wound up getting a year in jail for burglaries.
So you're 13 and you're not living at home anymore?
No.
You're somewhere else at this, what'd you say, ARP?
Yeah, like I was at foster care.
Oh, then you went into foster care.
Yeah, that's what the ARP does.
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
Makes you a ward of the state.
Wow.
Otherwise, if you're 16, you can get emancipated if you can prove that you can take care of yourself. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I was too young for that though.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it was, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, and your dad, you ever meet him?
My dad, I knew him till I was like 8, and then
Okay.
my mom like told him she wouldn't tell him where we moved to.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't see him again till I was like 35.
Wow.
And yeah.
I want to come back to that.
All right.
That sounds wild to me. That sounds powerful to me. But so are you going to school? In school while you're 13, 14?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Orion Center. If you ever heard of that, but it's downtown.
Okay.
And I would go to Nathan Hale for a bit too.
Okay.
I was all over the map though when it comes to high schools, and I had kids at 16, about to be 17, so I like tried to get all my credits at a work at your own rate school, but I was still like a year shy of getting them just PE credits or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is stupid, But oh well.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, diplomas, high school diplomas, lots of people succeed without those.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, get your GED,
Yeah.
That's good enough, dummy.
Yeah.
Like,
I've never heard that.
that's good.
So you've done with high school, and then what do you do?
Oh man, well, I was raising my kids, so I was like 20 or 21 or something like that. They're about 3.
Okay.
And we had split up for a bit, like for almost a year or something like that.
Are you housed at this
and I
point?
got back with her.
When you're raising your kids?
Yeah. I mean, I was working.
Okay.
And whatnot. And like, if we would have stayed together, my life would have been great. But like, we split up, and then she like kept the kids from me, and
Oh, wow.
like everybody I know out on the streets ever. If they like have kids, fall in love with their kids, you know, and then lose their kids,
Yeah.
and they somehow find themselves on the streets on drugs, they're out here for life, man.
Yeah, I've
seems
talked
like
to
it.
quite a bit of people who have
Yeah,
kids that are
messes
trying to
you up,
connect,
man.
and
It's the worst thing you can do to somebody, man.
yeah, because it's like, I mean,
It's your heart.
I have 2 kids,
Yeah.
and if, again, I could not imagine not seeing them.
Yeah.
How painful that'd be. I'd want to cope too. How old are your kids?
They're 29 now.
Oh, because you had them when you said you were like 16, 17?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
94.
So, did you have a relationship with them?
I did, you know, like, and then my kid, I have twins, you know.
Okay.
Michaela would write me. All of a sudden I got a letter when she was like 10, you know, which was cool. And the next day I get a letter from Lisa like, oh, I'm so glad she wrote you. Yeah, right. Like, you probably grounded her. And so I'd get a letter from her every so often, and I would try and correspond with her. Whether or not Lisa would let her get the letters, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then when she was like, I can't remember how old she was, like, I can't remember, she was in high school, I think. And she was out in Bellingham, I went and visited her for a day or whatever. And she was like, well, if I ever get married, it's very important that you show up. And then Lisa's like, that's her mom, she's like, oh, I'll pay for the airfare and the motel and all that. I feel like I owe you for everything else, you know, I put you through. And I'm like, that would be cool. And so I spent the money that I had saved up to go. And then she said, oh, it turns out I won't be able to afford that because I have to pay for Jasmine, her sister. And I'm like, that's messed up, man. And like, I honestly haven't heard from Michaela since.
How long ago was that?
I was like in 2012 or so. Something
So
like
she got married in 2012, around there.
around there, yeah.
And invited you to the wedding. You were kind of planning on going.
I was definitely going, you know what I mean? Like, it was
Like, yeah, you were.
like I had money to go, you know, like I could have paid my own way.
Right.
And Lisa's like, don't worry about it. And I was like, all right, party money, you know, like, and blew it when I should have known better, like, you know what I mean? Backstabbing.
Yeah.
You know, backstabbing, explicit, depleted. You know.
So this was one of your twin daughters' weddings?
Yeah, Michaela.
Gotcha. And have you talked to her since 2012, Michaela?
Huh?
Have you talked to?
I haven't talked to her since the wedding, no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm sure she's like pissed off at me or something, or, you know, I don't know why she won't.
Are you in contact with any of your kids? Or?
No, Jasmine's always just, she developed a hatred towards dudes. I guess she was gay for a while. She lesbian with her, so she said. She's married though, married with kids now, but yeah. Or I don't know if she has kids yet or not, but I know I'm a granddaddy twice over because of Taylor. Yeah.
So it's 2 twin girls and that's it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
That I know of, you know what I mean? Like, there's the occasional like one night stand or whatever, but I don't think so.
Right, exactly. So your mom, she had twins? Your sisters that are 18 years younger than you?
My mom?
Yeah.
No, she didn't have twins.
Oh, you didn't have twins. What was
I had twins.
What's that?
I had twins.
Oh, you had twins. Oh, I misunderstood
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah. I think my grandma was a twin.
Okay.
And then her sister had, well, triplets, and then one was a boy though, and back then they didn't have DNA and such, so they'd wait, like they'd check the body, and one would have a mole on one side, and the other would have a mole on the other, like mirror image.
Uh-huh.
And they couldn't find nothing at first, and when their teeth grew in, one had a double tooth on the one side, and then the other had a double tooth on the other side, which proved they were identical.
Oh, interesting.
And when I was 6, I lost my double tooth.
Oh, you.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and then now I got twins.
Now you have twins, right?
And plus my grandma's brother has twins.
Yeah,
And I mean, you know, it's all girls, so every time there's no boy twins, they're all girl twins. So,
So let's circle back to you. You said you met your dad when you were 35.
yeah, I ran back into
How?
here.
What was that story?
On my 35th birthday, my mom asked me if I still want to get in contact with him.
Okay.
And I was like, But yeah, like I kind of feel like you robbed us, or whatever. Which is another point of like soreness between each other. Uh, and she tells me to do a Google search with her name and his name, and then pics. So I do so, and that pops this thing where he's saying he's looking for his long lost son, me.
Wow.
And then so I sent him an email saying that's me, and turns out that was his 70th birthday.
Okay.
Something like that.
So you attended his 70th birthday?
Yeah. It was either that or it was like his 60th. No, when I contacted him. So for his 70th birthday, he
Gotcha.
wakes up and sees that I contacted him.
I see what you're saying.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. For him, was it cool for you?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean.
And you guys met up?
Yeah, he's out in Brookings, Oregon.
Okay.
Which is like kind of like Squam. I don't know if you've ever been there, but like it's weird. You can always see clouds all around the place, but it's sunny there. Yeah. Which is pretty nice, actually.
What was that like meeting your dad? I mean, seeing him, and you said you saw him when you were 8 or 9. Is that the last time?
Yeah.
And then you see him 35 or.
It's kind of a trip, man. Like, it's amazing how similar we are. Like not just in looks, but in behaviors and such as well. Like, because I mean, I don't think I ever lived with him really, like since I was a baby. You know what I mean? So, and then once for like 3 months when she left to come out here and situate herself.
Yeah.
And then she came back to get me.
Yeah.
I remember that I thought she left me. I was like, I guess she'll never come back. She came back.
Yeah. Wow.
Or,
So, how long have you been in Seattle? A long time.
Yeah, since I was like 4 and a half, whatever.
Yeah.
I left a few years ago just to go check out Springfield, and it's kind of bouncing back and forth between Portland, Springfield, Eugene, and Brookings, and the 101 towns like Florence and all those. It's really pretty over there. So.
Right.
And I was gone for like 6 years, I guess. 5 or 6 years, something like that.
Doing that route, just kind of.
Just kind of back and forth,
Yeah.
and then I kind of like got stuck in Eugene because of COVID.
Oh, right.
And you couldn't go nowhere, you know what I mean? It's like you used to be able to like, shell out some cash at the Greyhound, and all of a sudden, nope, I can't even do that. Like,
Yeah, that was my next question. I was like, how did you get,
I would
bus or hitchhike or just
I would hop the bus.
all
usually.
of it?
Hop the bus.
Got
I
it.
hitchhiked at one time. I'm not too comfortable with it,
What happened the one time? Did it scare you off or something?
I was out in the next town after I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, one of the towns just past Eugene, basically the next stop or whatever, and I was out there for a bit, and then dude gave me a ride to the rest stop, and there I was just like, well, here I am in the middle of nowhere, like, and just kind of asked people if I ride into town or whatever.
Gotcha.
And one dude was like, I'm going all the way to Seattle. I should have went with him, but I was like, oh, I wanted to look for my girl that I lost, but I never did find her. So.
You mean like a romantic girl?
Yeah. I was with her for like a year. Anyway.
Gotcha.
She's a head trip though, so aren't they all?
Well, some relationships work, some don't work.
No, they all fail till the one that works for you. What I mean?
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Shit.
Raphael, is there anything or something you'd want to say to the people of Seattle?
I don't know. Like, I mean, it is what it is, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're at Green Lake, and you were just talking to me about how you used to play ping pong.
Yeah.
There, and are familiar with play basketball over here, and.
Yeah, I'm definitely somebody that's been here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're a local, Seattleite.
Yeah.
You're unhoused. What do you need? What would you want to, what is it that you want or need?
And right now, I mean, well, shoot, housing would be nice, you know what I mean? But like, I did have a tent, but somebody cut it open, and like, so there's no door on it, and I'm just like, fuck it, forget. I don't feel very good about sleeping somewhere where somebody's slicing through the front door. You know what I mean? I'm like, so, well, whatever. Ironically, I'd feel just fine there if I had another tent, but like,
you don't know if that was a housed or unhoused person that did that. You have no idea. No.
I'm not sure who it was, but I got an idea. You know, I'm pretty sure I know who it was. I think I walked in on them while they were still in my tent, to be honest. But yeah. So anyway.
Well, it's been wet and rainy.
Yeah, like for real.
So I mean, you're outside right now, sleeping outside with no shelter.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the plan?
Oh man, I don't know right now. I've been trying to figure out, get a caseworker and whatnot, get on some housing lists or whatever.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to. I keep getting sidetracked. Like just typical. I mean, every day's got its little daily grind or whatever, and you just like I never get ahead, of course. Who does? But you know what I mean. Like it's just that much more difficult when you're like homeless and
Yeah.
ain't really got a cook station or nothing, so you got to pay the extra monies for food that's ready to go.
Yeah.
And so like, which is whatever, but I don't know why they do that. But they do. Well, yeah, I do know why, but it's what it is. I just wish you could get like McDonald's with your food stamps. That'd be nice,
Yeah.
But I don't know. Then again, I don't know.
Anything else you want to add, or?
I mean, I don't know. I'm good, right?
Yeah, Raphael, man, thanks for your time.
No
Appreciate
worries.
it. It's good to hear part of your story.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna grab that little mic. Go take a couple pictures.
There you go.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.